that you'll never fall in love. Everybody keeps retreating. You can't seem to get enough. Let my love open the door. Let my love open the door. Let my love open the door to your heart. Everything feels all over. Everybody seems unkind. I'll give you a 4-leaf clover. Take all worry out of your mind. Let my love open the door. Let my love open the door. Let my love open the door to your heart. I have the only key to your heart that can stop you falling apart. Try today, you'll find this way. Come on and give me a chance to say, let my love open the door. It's all I'm living for. Release yourself from misery. There's only one thing gonna set you free. That's my love. That's my love. Tragedy befalls you. Don't let it drag you down. Love can cure your problems. You're so lucky I'm around. Let my love open the door. Let my love open the door. Let my love open the door to your heart. To your heart.
Good afternoon. I'm Alan Joins, Mayor of the City of Winston-Salem, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Salvation Army's Hands and Hearts 2021 fundraising campaign. You know, the Salvation Army opened its doors 114 years ago to meet human need here in Winston-Salem, and they've kept those doors open all that time. And they kept it open even during the COVID-19 pandemic crisis, sheltering families, feeding the hungry, educating and providing remote learning opportunities for children, as well as providing assistance to keep people in their home. They've been able to do this only because of the community support for them. Today you'll be informed, and I believe be inspired, and with your help, the Salvation Army doors will remain open for those in need in our community.
Thank you, Mayor Joins, for your kind words and for your support of the Salvation Army. I'm Major Andrew Wiley, Area Commander for the Salvation Army of Greater Winston-Salem. It's my privilege this afternoon to welcome you to the 4th annual Hands and Hearts fundraising event. You heard the Mayor reference that for 114 years, the doors of the Salvation Army have been open here in the Winston-Salem Forsyth County community. Of those 114 years, I think it's safe to say that the last year was perhaps one of the most, if not the most challenging, as we navigated a global pandemic, had to pivot how we deliver service. Certainly it came with challenges. However, I choose to think that there were some positive things that came out of that. One of those positives is that during the pandemic, as others were closing businesses and working from home and jobs were being lost, we at the Salvation Army were able to keep our doors open. We were able to operate all of our programs and to continue to meet people at their point of need in a different way than what we had done before, but the fact remains that our doors were open and we were here when we were needed. That happened because of friends like you who support us and come alongside us and provide the resources needed to do what we do to help our neighbors. Many of you may know us for the red kettles at Christmas or the angel tree that provides toys for children of needy families. But did you know that the Salvation Army in Forsyth County operates the only emergency homeless shelter for families? We operate 2 food pantries, one in Winston-Salem, the other in Kernersville. The King Carlson Boys and Girls Club operated a virtual learning center and continues to do so, providing a safe environment for children to come and to be able to log on and do their schoolwork because we believe that's important for our children. We also operate a senior center at the new Walkertown Road location, providing community as well as exercise activities and other senior-focused events to provide community for our seniors, who for many of them would otherwise be locked in their homes, alone and lacking that community. And finally, supportive services to veterans and their families, another important ministry that we do. That happens in our social services department, where we also serve families and those in need with rent, mortgage, utility assistance, among other basic needs, helping families to stay in their homes and preventing homelessness. The purpose of our Hands and Hearts event today is really twofold. One is so that we can share with you inspiring stories of the people that we are privileged to serve. And I believe that as you see these stories today, you will be inspired. Some of you may even shed a tear. The second part, just to be quite honest, is to generate the needed resources so that we can continue to keep our doors open as we move into the future, so that we can be here to meet the people who need us. If you would like to donate and be a part of that army of support, then you can do so in one of 2 ways. You can go online at salvationarmyws.org, click on donate, and it will walk you through how to support us that way. If you would prefer, you can write a check payable to the Salvation Army, mail that to Post Office Box 1205, Winston-Salem, North Carolina 27102, and note in the memo line, Hands and Hearts, and we'll make sure that that gets applied to today's event. Several individuals and organizations have joined us today in our fight for good. And so right now I'd like to thank our family champion sponsors. Those are Woodard & Company Asset Management Group and Andy and Marjorie Brown with Twin City Warehouse. Thank you so much for making this event and our services in this community possible. I'd also like to say thank you to those who are hosting watch parties. There are several happening today around our community. And so we want to thank you for hosting and to say thank you to each of you who are taking your time to join us for this hour to learn about what we do here in our community. I would ask and remind you to mute your microphones, turn off your video cameras, and set your screen to speaker view. If you're not sure how to do that, go to the top right of your screen, click on the icon there, and simply select speaker view, and that will allow you to have the best experiences as we share our event today. Evangeline Booth, the daughter of our founder and also the first female general of the Salvation Army, once said, "Who can estimate the wealth of worth caged in a little child?" Today our stories begin at the Ken Carlson Boys and Girls Club, where we strive every day to help young people realize their worth as well as their potential.
The Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club has been educating and inspiring children for more than 80 years. When the COVID-19 pandemic struck, the club immediately pivoted from its usual after-school programs to become a remote learning center, focusing on keeping members on track with their studies.
The best thing about coming to the Boys and Girls Club is, like, say if I have like homework, they'll help me, and like if I have a problem, they'll like help me with all my problems.
My favorite person here is every single staff.
Everything to do at the club is follow my friends and go to the gym and learn new things.
kind of new things you learned?
How to be a gentleman, how to be respectful to others and my elders.
I like the park, well not the park, well when I go outside with my friends and play, and I like to be calm when it's quiet and I get to do my work.
I don't really like going to the gym a lot, which is this area. I do like doing art.
My favorite thing to do here is usually to play basketball or play football, and sometimes to just play on the computers.
We always get to have fun with each other, and I get to spend time with my friends.
No, I like to hang out in the house too, but I like to hang out at the Boys and Girls Club and in the house, so it's the same.
You can do anything if you put your mind to it, and like I'm just putting my mind to whatever I think I can do and go to my dreams. And my dad said that I can be whatever I want, so like I'm just putting my mind to what I want to be for right now.
Por favor, donado a la Boys and Girls Club.
The Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club has been a wonderful place for me throughout my life. Many people don't know, but I attended the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club as a child. Actually, I just spoke to my mom about that the other day, and she was like, that was the greatest place, and I was so happy you were able to go. They did so many things for you, and I echo that when it comes down to my relationship with the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club present day. The reason that I brought my children to the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club is because I am a working single parent. I work from sun up to sundown, it seems. I have numerous involvements that I do throughout the course of the day, be it work or volunteering. And I needed a place for my children to come that was safe and where I knew that their best interests would be in mind. Anybody can go to a daycare and get care for their kids after school, but the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club is more than that. It's a family. They focus on their interpersonal skills. There are so many different programs that empower and enrich and involve the kids in learning how to be just upstanding citizens in their society. Salvation Army picks up and carries over where parents leave off. And that's just something that you don't get this day and age. You don't get people who are, again, vested in making sure that they are looking at the total well-being of your child. And the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club has been phenomenal. I mean, they have, again, endured, recalibrated, adjusted, and performed with flying colors during this pandemic. As we all know, providing care for children is not free, and it is not an inexpensive activity. It requires lots of money and support and time, and we have to be honest, we're here because we need your help. As a single parent, I give in time because I don't always have the financial funds to be able to give back. But as a member of the advisory council and the chair of the advisory council, I know the importance of having support. We can't do it without you. We cannot provide the care for these kids that they need unless there's a financial backing.
Hi, this is Chris Paul of the Phoenix Suns. Growing up in Winston-Salem, I've seen firsthand the great work that the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club does for the youth of our community. My dad went to the club when he was young, and my family has always supported them. Since the start of COVID-19 pandemic, the club has remained open, giving kids a safe place throughout the day where they can keep up with schoolwork at the remote learning center and enjoy all the programs the club has to offer. This year, more than ever, your support is needed to keep the doors of the Boys and Girls Club and all of the Salvation Army services open and operating. Today, I ask you to join me and my family and show your support for the children served by the Salvation Army by making a donation. Thank you.
Wow, I think the kids said it best. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us today. I'd like to also say thank you to Zakiya for not only sharing your story and why the club is important to your family, but also for your incredible leadership of our Boys and Girls Club Council. And Chris Paul, phenomenal supporter of our Boys and Girls Club program. Recently, I had the privilege of hosting a session with our older kids, middle school and high schoolers. Just a very informal chit-chatting session with them to talk about anything they wanted to talk about. In our question and answer period, one of the children said to me, a young man actually, said to me, "Do you know how to get in touch with Chris Paul?" And I said, "Well, actually, yeah, we do. We have a contact with his family." And he was just so amazed. He said, just to meet him would be so incredible. The Paul family has done so much for our club and continues to do so. And we just want to say thank you, Chris, to you and your family for what you do to touch the lives of these children day in and day out. Also, would not want to move from this segment without saying thank you to our staff. We have an incredible team that work day in and day out for the betterment of our children. And this has not been an easy year because where they normally work in after-school programs, they have become lunchroom ladies, school principals, teachers' aides, just helping our children navigate a very challenging year. And so just hats off today to our incredible team at the Boys and Girls Club. I'd also like at this time to again thank our family champion sponsors, Woodard & Company Asset Management Group, along with Andy and Marjorie Brown with Twin City Warehouse. I'd like to also thank our future builder sponsors, Bill and Judy Goodson, for your support of our ongoing programs. As you probably know, food insecurity is one of the most serious problems that we face in our community and honestly in our nation. 2019 statistics tell us that 1 in 4 children in Forsyth County go to bed hungry every night. 15% of our county residents don't always know where their next meal is going to come from. Our 2 food pantries, one in Kernersville and one here in Winston-Salem, are on the front lines every day meeting the needs, providing food so families can feed their children and not go hungry. So we'll take a few moments now and journey over to Kernersville, where we'll hear about that program and the impact that it makes.
The Salvation Army food pantries serve families and individuals facing food insecurity, serving more than 1,000 individuals each month with some 30,000 pounds of food at 2 locations, 1255 North Trade Street in downtown Winston-Salem and 130 East Mountain Street in Kernersville.
And we have between 50 and 60 cars that come through every day. And that means a family of 1 to a family of 10 that we're feeding. It's not just one person coming in and getting a sandwich. We try to give them enough food to hopefully supplement what they have for the week. It is such a joy to be here. Everybody says that they're so glad that we're here, they're coming through, we're providing a service for them that they might not have food to eat. But I got to tell you, when we go to bed at night and we know that we have fed people, God has blessed us for doing this.
Since I'm retired and I need the extra food to make ends meet, so I go to the Salvation Army to get the rest of the food I need to survive. Like every week I come to the Salvation Army and get the food I need, so that will help me go finish the week. I think it's a great help for the people, for the community, so everybody can help and they can survive. The little help we got, it's a great help for everybody.
Not only are they helping to get food for people, but they're helping with our operations for being the Salvation Army. We depend on people to donate, and we are very grateful for every dime that they give us. No matter what amount of money, it goes directly for working here at the Salvation Army. You help pay our bills. We cannot function without you, and we are very grateful for every individual that donates. Thank you.
As you can see, we have a very important ministry taking place in Kernersville. I'd like today to thank Captain Linda Che, Pandora, as well as the many volunteers that help make that program happen day in and day out. Our Kernersville Worship and Service Center is located right in the heart of downtown Kernersville at 130 East Mountain Street. But what you may not know is that in addition to our food pantry ministry that goes on there, we also operate a Korean congregation. Captain Che is the pastor there and serves our Korean community in various worship programs and activities throughout the week. We're very grateful for Kernersville and the partnership that we have there, and for the council that supports the work that goes on. We have incredible volunteers in Kernersville, and not only that, but I know that right now as we speak, there's a group of those supporters gathered at our Kernersville Worship and Service Center, where they too are having a watch party and sharing in this incredible event today. So thank you, and hello to our friends in Kernersville. I'd also like at this time to thank our Hunger Heroes sponsors, the Bud Group, Elevation Church, Reynolds American, River Oaks Community Church, and Isle Lawn Construction Company. We also want to say thank you to our Community Defenders sponsors. Bear with me because it's a little bit of a long list. The American Snuff Company, Dan and Kay Donahue, the Chris Paul Family Foundation, Lucy Painter, Mike and Janice Ryan, Salem One, the Sutton family, including Betty, Jack and Cindy, Jim and Virginia, Mark and Betty Hoppy, and Sutton Brothers Plumbing and HVAC, Vulcan Materials Company, and Williams Printing. One of our newest programs is the Senior Civics Center that operates at our Citadel Worship and Service Center on New Walkertown Road, right in the heart of the United Way of Forsyth County's Place Matters District, a collection of neighborhoods of primarily low-income families facing multiple needs. Under the direction of Captain Raquel Lorenzo, it's a place where older adults come together for a variety of activities. The Senior Center opened in 2017 and has become a vital part in its members' lives. Captains David and Raquel Lorenzo together pastor a bilingual congregation at that site as well, where worship is led in English and Spanish. I could tell you about this fun group and why this program is important, but I think our participants say it best. So step inside the Senior Center with me and let's listen.
The Salvation Army Senior Center provides a community for older adults with physical and educational programs to keep them engaged and active. Chair volleyball and yoga, line dancing, and more. Lunch and learn sessions offer important information on a variety of topics.
The center has been such a joy and inspiration to me because I was recently a widow, and I found myself after being married for over 40-some years that I was by myself. And being by myself, you find yourself being lonely. And then in coming to the center, I met other seniors, and we all became like a family. The center has been a joy to many, and it has saved many, just like me. Because loneliness is not too good for you to be sitting in your house, because you might go in depression. But this saved me from that. It saved me in a way that I really loved.
I was so excited when I got a letter from Captain saying that they reopened the center. It gave me something to do. I had been cooped up in the house from the COVID and was just about to go stir crazy. So I started coming to the center, doing chair yoga and chair volleyball. Thoroughly enjoyed it. The chair yoga lady had to have surgery, so I told Captain, I say, I do a little line dancing sometimes. I'd love to share my talents and my passion of doing line dancing. So she allowed me to start a line dance group here. So we've been doing that.
Okay, my experience at the Salvation Army Senior Centers, for one thing, is for the fellowship and for meeting people that I hadn't met before. So I really enjoy that because I'm a people person, and I like to just meet different people from different nationality and from different culture and all that. So that's one reason why I like coming to the senior center because of the fellowship that we get.
The senior program is just what is needed, because seniors, they don't have too many places that they can go to be safe, where they can enjoy themselves. They have taken us on different trips before COVID. We have went in the mountains, and we have went to see a lot of things that I would not have been able to see had I not been coming to Salvation Army.
This program is a blessing to me and all the ladies here. Like I said, it gives us an opportunity to fellowship. It gives an opportunity to be active with all the activities that we have going on here, and it gives us some spiritual growth as well. So it's just all the way around, it's just an awesome program.
Okay, to all seniors and to the ones that going to help us in this fundraising, please do, because it gives you a place for the seniors to go, instead of just staying at home and not exercising. And I heard a whole lot of seniors talking about where they don't have anything to do, so they're going to go back to work. But no, it's a whole lot of stuff out here offered for senior. And here at the Salvation Army Senior Citizen, hey, they giving you the opportunity to express yourself. And so whether you volunteer or just what, but we do need this place to stay open, and we need your support.
If you thought senior citizens were old and unable to do things, I think you might have had your mind changed. These are a fun-loving group of ladies who love to be exercising. They love their chair volleyball. Not only do they love it, they take it very serious. So make no mistake, don't get in their way. I think you would have sensed just from what you've heard today, the passion and why this program is so important to them. I've been there. I've watched them do their chair volleyball, their yoga, their drumming exercise. It's just incredibly fun to watch. And we're just grateful that we can be there and provide that avenue of service and community for such an important part of our population. I'd like to also this time thank our senior advocate sponsors. Those are Garner Foods, Dick and Emily Glaze, Bill and Ellen Parsley, Laura Haynes Pierce, and the Simon and Averill family. Also like to say thank you at this time to all of our Friends of the Army sponsors whose names will appear in the credits at the conclusion of our event today. Our final story, can't believe we're here so fast, comes from the Salvation Army Center of Hope Family Shelter, a place where families come when they have nowhere else to go, where they are given the opportunity at a second chance and a new beginning, who come here with everything they belong in a bag or a suitcase, and don't know where they're going to go, and that is hard in and of itself. But when you have young children, it's even more important that we are here to be able to meet those needs. Listen, if you will, as we step inside the Center of Hope and hear about its impact.
The Salvation Army Center of Hope offers the only family emergency homeless shelter in Forsyth County. Here, single mothers, single fathers, parents with children, and single women find a safe refuge with personalized case management that gives them the tools and support they need to return to permanent housing and rebuild their lives.
When I see a single mother with children, it could be 3, it could be 2, it could be 1, come in the shelter crying in fear and scared because they have no place to go, it is my duty to reassure them that they are safe, they are connected to the basic services that are needed for life, and to give them guidance along the way so they can become independent.
At the time I was leaving a domestic violence situation, I had went to a previous shelter, left from there, and I came here, and I just started bettering myself step by step. I had to figure out ways and having to maneuver on my own from being in here with the help of the assistants here. And I just try to stay focused and disciplined while being here.
They come with hope. They leave with faith.
I never live in a shelter. I have been immensely blessed. This has been a humbling but a great experience. The staff here is caring. They're very business oriented, but they're very compassionate.
I recently found out that currently I've been approved by not one place but 2 places, so I'm happy about that. I'm happy to find somewhere for them and to make it happen.
Your past support has allowed the Salvation Army to make a shelter more like a home for the families who reside there, including a total renovation of the family bathrooms.
It's important to donate to the Salvation Army because I see many families that go through various crises and don't have anyone to turn to. They don't have family to turn to, they don't have friends to turn to, they have nobody to turn to but us. We're here to serve the community. We're here to encourage independence. We are here to show love and reassure that single mother with her kids that you can turn to us to help you overcome your homeless crisis. You can turn to us if you need food in your belly for you and your children. Donate. We do a great thing here. We do a wonderful thing here, and the families and the kids, they need it. They need it.
I think I'm ready to go. Thank you all. Thank everybody who has a hand in this place. You gotta know that you change people's lives. You do. I don't want to cry, but you change people's lives for the better. These are tears of joy. Trust me.
Thank you. God bless you.
God bless y'all.
I think you would agree those are some inspiring stories. And Gladys, all I can say is wow. These are our stories, stories of hope, stories of faith in action. These are the stories of the people who came through the doors in the past year in their time of need. The doors were open and they were able to receive the service that they needed, able to make a difference in the lives of the folks that need us. These people who you may never meet, some of the people that we serve, will be forever grateful for the support that you gave because it allowed their lives to be improved for the better. I referenced earlier Evangeline Booth. I would just share again a quote from Evangeline Booth that says, "There is no reward equal to that of doing the most good to the most people in the most need." And that is so true. I'm reminded of a lady who was in our shelter back in the late part of last year. She would give me a hard time as I would walk through the hallways wanting to know, was she going to get a big box with a red bow for Christmas? And was I going to make that happen? And so we would just kind of go back and forth. Christmas Eve, she was walking through the dining room carrying her belongings. And I said, "Where are you going?" And she said, "I'm going to an apartment. I'm getting an apartment for Christmas." And she moved out of our shelter on Christmas Eve into a place of her own. How rewarding that was. Doing the most good for the most people in the most need. Today we would ask you to help us ensure that the doors of the Salvation Army remain open for those who need us, our neighbors. Together we can make a difference, and together we can do the most good. I'd like to one last time thank our family champion sponsors, Woodard Asset Management Group, Andy and Marjorie Brown, and the Twin City Warehouse. I'd like to say thank you to the committee chairs who have worked so hard to make this event possible, Robin Earthman and Marjorie Brown. The committee members who worked alongside them, Becky Perkinson and Lucy Painter. I'd also like to say thank you to the Salvation Army Advisory Board, our Kernersville Advisory Council, the Ken Carlson Boys and Girls Club Advisory Council, and the new Young Professionals Group, Echelon, whose members are mobilizing the next generation of support for the Salvation Army. They wouldn't want me to do this, but I want to say thank you to our incredible development team who works tirelessly to make things like this happen. Not just this event, but to generate the funding that keeps our doors open year-round. We've had to do this event virtual because of the environment in which we're living in. That couldn't have happened without the generous support and tireless hours given by videographer Chad Nance, and so we want to thank him today. Our officers and staff, our volunteers who work on the front lines every day to make these programs happen. Now lastly, I want to draw 3 points from the Salvation Army mission statement. I like to call them the 3 M's. The first is message. Our message is based on the Bible, and we don't apologize for that. The second M is ministry. Our ministry is motivated by the love of God. And the third M, mission. Preach the gospel of Jesus Christ and to meet human needs in His name without discrimination. That means regardless of race, sexual orientation, or economic status. My prayer for you today is, and for myself as well, that we would be a people of unity, that we would love inclusively, that we would embrace our differences and care for those around us, and strive every day to be our best. In doing so, we will make a difference right here in our community. God bless you. Thank you for joining, and have a great afternoon.